Hello everybody, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD, and welcome back to some more Dragalia Lost content. And in today's video, we are going to be going over the gacha in Dragalia Lost and my tips on how to have summoning success in Dragalia Lost. Now, I do want to say, I don't want this video to be clickbait or anything. You know, even if you follow my tips, you may not get the adventure you want. But like I said, these are just my tips to help you get the biggest chance at getting whatever adventure or dragon you want, maybe to save, maybe to summon, who knows. So I'm just going to discuss my 5 tips in this video. So let's start from the ground and work our way up. First of all, what is the gacha? What is the gacha in Dragalia Lost? So my first tip I have, again, I will have 5 tips. If you want to skip to a certain part, just look in the description down below, and then I'll have timestamps so you can skip to that certain part. Just click on them. Let's start off first, understand the gacha. So the gacha in Dragalia Lost, of course, on the bottom right, you have the summon button. You click on that, and then you hop over to this page. This is the summoning page. Now, at the top, you do have an arrow. If you have a 5-star adventure ticket, you can do that. And of course, this pool has not been updated in a while, though, but they should update this probably in the future. But yeah, there is a 5-star summon ticket, which gives you a 5-star adventure. You can either buy these from packs in the store, or they are given out on occasion. I think we've only gotten 1 so far ever, so they are given out. Actually, no, maybe we got 2. I don't know, but they are given out occasionally. They probably won't do it often, though. So it does exist, and there might be 2 banners at the same time, or 2 summon showcases, as they are called in Dragalia Lost. So 2 summon showcases, and in that case, of course, you just click on the top arrow, and you can switch side to side between them. So again, Dragalia Lost is a very free-to-play friendly game. So what I mean by free-to-play friendly is that we get around 10k Wormite a month. That's 10,000 Wormite a month. We might actually be getting a little more than that because of all the bonuses, or if you have, the story to do or whatever, you can get a lot of Wormite endeavors and such. You can get a lot of Wormite in a month. So you might even be getting more than 10,000 Wormite a month. It all depends, how many quests you have left to do, etc., how much is given out for apologies or whatever the case may be. We get around 10,000 Wormite a month. Also, something to note is that Wormite is a precious resource. That is the resource you use your summoning on, and there you can also use it for a couple of other things, such as wings or stamina refill, and I do not recommend you actually do that. It's, spending Wormite to do that is not necessary. However, if you do want to do that, you just press on the little plus icon up here, and it's not working. Here we go. Press on the little plus icon, and you can use items, or you can use Wormite and Diamantium. Of course, if you don't know what Diamantium is the premium currency in this game. That is, you have to buy it, whereas Wormite you do not have to buy, and they are 1-to-1 ratio. So don't worry too much about that. Like I said, I don't recommend you use Wormite or Diamantium for that matter to up your Gather Wings or up your stamina cost. Just be patient. It's going to restore it eventually. Don't worry too much. And we do get a bunch of items to restore them. So like I said, don't stress about it too much. Also, in the Halidome, in your castle, you can use Wormite to speed up your build times. I might as well show that off. I do not recommend you do that, however. It's not good spending on your Wormite. So, if you can zoom out or whatever, if you go all the way over here, you see I have 2 hours and 41 minutes left on this. However, if I click on it and I click on finish now, I can use 14 Wormite or 14 Diamantium to finish the building immediately. Like I said, I do not recommend you do this. It is not a good investment to do that. Again, you're just wasting Wormite when you could be using it to summon. However, at the top left, you see over here a plus icon. I do recommend you use this up to at least 4 Smithworms. Now, what are these? Smithworms are, you see this little guy right here working on that building. This guy hitting it, he's actually building the building up and upgrading your facility, so that you can get better stats on whatever it is that you're upgrading. So I do recommend you buy at least 4 of these. 5 of these works as well. If you're newer, 5 is probably better, so you can upgrade everything really fast and catch up. I do have 4 of them built, and later on in the game, you're probably going to start running out of materials to actually build everything up. However, for you to get caught up as a newer player, if you are a newer player, I do recommend you buy at least 4 or 5 of those. So definitely worth the investment on that. That is probably the one place I would say to spend your Wormite other than the actual gacha itself. Now then, like I said, Wormite is very precious. I do recommend you complete all the endeavors, all the quests to get Wormite. If you're wondering where endeavors are, of course, there's a little icon right there. You have a bunch of daily endeavors. I have completed mine for the day, but you should be getting 50 Wormite for completing your daily endeavors. Now, if there's an event going on, there are event limited daily endeavors. Event limited daily endeavors. Yeah, from right here, you see Splash of Adventure at the top. There are daily endeavors for that, which can give you summon tickets, Wormite, etc. I do recommend you do those. And of course, in the limited, when there's an event going on, you can actually get Wormite from there as well. And then of course, we have a bunch of normal ones which reward Wormites. And probably some special ones too if you're if you're new. I read hard right here. Also, if you buy value packs and such, you get actually some special ones over here, and you can claim some goodies from there as well. So it's just something to know. Like I said, complete all endeavors to get Wormite, because Wormite is very, very precious. Now, with that being said, let's actually hop into the basics about the summon showcases. Now, I might be referring to them as banners. It's just easier to say than summon showcase. Banners and showcases are the exact same thing. So, like I said, the showcases, first of all, it's a gacha, but this gacha does not require 5 stars to complete anything in the game. You know, anything content-wise can be cleared with 4 stars and even 3 stars, and everything in the game, I believe, has been cleared with 3 stars and 4 stars. So I wouldn't worry too much about getting a specific 5-star. You're not going to get a game over just because you don't get a certain 5-star or whatever. So don't stress too much if you don't have a 5-star. It's not game over. You can still play the game. You can still complete everything. Of course, however, some 5 stars are better at doing things, but like I said, it's not the end all be all. Get this 5-star or it's game over. That's not what it is. Also, the basics to summoning. First of all, to do a single summon, you see right in the middle, a single summon. You click on this and you either use one summon voucher. As you see, I have 11 of them right there. You either use one summon voucher or you use 120 Wormite to do a summon. Now, this used to be 150 Wormite. However, it was changed in an update down to 120 Wormite to do a summon. And also on the right of that, a tenfold summon. You either use a tenfold summon ticket, which is again right here. I have 2 of them currently. You either use a tenfold summon ticket or you use 1200 Wormite to do it. So the benefits of doing a tenfold summon compared to a single summon is that you're guaranteed at least 1 4-star. Now, there are 3 rarities in the gacha. There are 5 stars, there are 4 stars, and there are 3 stars. Of course, 5 stars is the highest rarity. They're usually the better adventures. Of course, that's not always the case. There are some 4 stars and some 3 stars that are actually better than 5 stars. So this is something to note. Again, if you click on appearance rates right here, you can actually see everything about the gacha. 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. Of course, adventures and dragons are the only things you can summon in here. It used to be worm prints as well, but those were taken out in an update as well. Again, over here, it shows the rates for everything. The rates for 5 stars are 4%. The featured and the normal, they change depending on how many rate ups there are on the specific banner. So I do recommend you check it on whatever banner there is. Again, 4 stars are at 16%. This is the basic rate. And then 3 stars are at 80%. So you're probably going to be getting 3-star most of the times. However, 4 stars and 5 stars do appear. 5 stars are at 4%. And like I said, those are usually the most lucrative ones to pull and the ones that you want to be pulling. Now, something to note is that right here, it says 9 more summons before increased 5-star rates. And this is after successfully summoning a 5-star or featured 5-star, appearance rates will return to normal. So what is that? That is this game's pity rate. Now, like I said, you start off at 4% for 5-star appearance rates. However, after you do 10 summons, 10 single summons or 1 tenfold summon, the pity rate will go up to 4.5%. So it increases by 0.5% for every 10 summons you do, which means that you will have a better odds at getting a 5-star once the rate goes higher. Now, of course, every tenfold that you unsuccessfully summon a 5-star adventure means your pity rate's going to go up by 0.5. And I believe you can do this for 10 different times and your pity rate will increase until you are guaranteed a 5-star. So in that, you can just do a single summon and you will get a 5-star. So it's highly unlikely that you're going to get, that many summons. You'd have to be very, very unlucky, but it is a gacha. Anything can happen. It is always a possibility. Of course, like I said earlier, if you do a tenfold, you're guaranteed a 4-star or higher in the last summon. So that's what this one is on the right of it, where it says 4-star and up. That is just what that one is. Of course, it says it right here at the very top. So I do recommend you read this yourself and look at it. You can see who is on rate up on your certain banner. Currently we have the Summer Saliera as well as Summer Julieta. And then for dragons, we have Siren. You can see what's on rate up. There's even 4 stars on rate up. And 4-star dragons on rate up, and there's usually not any 3 stars on rate up. Sometimes there might be, though, who knows. And that is, yeah, that's how the appearance rates work in this. Now, again, if you're looking to get a specific 5-star adventure, let's just go back to this. Let's say you're aiming for Summer Celeera. So you want Summer Celery. You really want some celery because it's very hot. So if you want to summon her specifically, to summon her, the odds at getting her will cost you 14,400 Wormite for a 50% chance to pull her. So for any specific 5-star with a 0.5% chance at pulling her or him, it will cost you 12 tenfolds to get him. So 14,400 Wormite for a 50% chance to pull him. Now, it will also cost you 40 tenfolds, so 48,000 Wormite for a 90% chance to pull that specific 5-star. Again, this is if they are at 0.5%. So that's a lot of Wormite. 14,400 Wormite for a 50% chance to pull, and 48,000 Wormite for a 90% chance to pull. That is a lot. So chasing a 5-star is very tough. You do need to be lucky, so don't expect to get every single 5-star. Again, this is a gacha. I've said that multiple times, but it is just something to note. Now, remember, those rates are a little bit high, or actually they're lower technically, so it's going to cost you less Wormite to summon Siren, and well, not Siren in specific, but any dragon that is on rate up, because they are now at a 0.8% chance to be pulled rather than a 0.5% chance to be pulled. So it was a recent change in the Dragalia lost thing. So it's just something to note. You know, it's going to be easier for you to pull these dragons than it is for the adventures at the moment. So that is actually all of the first part to this that I have to mention. So now let's hop into the second part of this, which is my second tip. Understand your wants. So first of all, understand your wants. What do you want as a Dragalia Lost player? So let's just go over here. Let's say you want waifus. You really want waifus in Dragalia Lost. Cleo's not enough to satiate you. You really want more waifus. So you really want a Nefaria. If you really want Nefaria, you see on the left Nefaria, you think she's really cute. Then you really want Nefaria. You might want to pull when Nefaria is on rate up. Now, Nefaria probably will not be on rate up anytime soon, but let's just say, you know, she is on rate up. You would summon on a banner that has her on rate up, because that would give you the best chance of pulling her. However, Nefaria herself probably will not be on rate up anytime soon. So what you would want to do is pull during a gala. I'll talk about galas a little bit later. Basically, galas have higher chances to pull, you know, any 5-star. So you would pull on a gala, and that will give you a better chance at pulling Nefaria. So that's if you're looking for, of course, any specific waifu, any specific husbando, whatever, and they probably won't be on rate up. However, we have had some old units on rate up, so they might be on rate up in the future. We really won't know until, you know, in the future, once, you know, they are or they aren't. So it's very simple for this number 2. Just understand what you want. What do you want? If you want waifu, summon when there's a waifu up. If you want husbando, summon when there's a husbando up. If you are not, you know, if you're not looking for any specific adventure, you know, maybe you want Forts or something, but she's not in the game yet, so maybe you want to save your Wormite until she's out. I'm kind of doing that, so might be something you want to do, just something to note. Now, the third tip I have is understand your needs. So now that you know your wants, now that you know the gacha, what do you need? So let's just take this for example. First of all, let's say this is your shadow team. You have a 5-star Nefaria, a 3-star Zace, a 4-star Cleo, and a 4-star Berserker. This is your team for shadow. This is your best team for shadow. You don't have any other better adventurers for shadow. This is the only team you have. However, your flame team looks like this. You have Marth, Mikoto, Vanessa, and Verica. Your flame team is much better than your shadow team, as you can tell. You know, this might's 11,000. Now, granted, might's not a great indicator, but it's just for reference. That might's 11,000. This might's 9,000. Your flame team is much better. You don't need to really pull for flame units. You need to pull for shadow units. You might even need to pull for a different element because that's weaker. So you want to pull that is going to help you cover that element's weakness. Now, of course, we do have a game mode which requires you to have 4 great DPS options in your, you know, every single element. So you do want to pull for strong units. You also might need to pull for dragons. You know, strength dragons are amazing in Dragalia Lost. So you might want to pull for strength dragons. That might be holding you back. Let's say you only have 4-star dragons that are strength. You don't have no 5-star dragons. You might want to pull for a 5-star dragon in that specific element that brings strength there. Also, something to note is that you might need to pull for meta units. Very recently, we actually had Galacleo released, and Galacleo is the best unit in the game. If you have Galacleo, she's going to help you on every single team, every single element tremendously. So you might want to pull for Galacleo. Again, for specific meta units, there are tier lists out. However, tier lists are often misleading. So the best way to find out which units are in the meta, quote unquote, is to either, if you're in a Discord, ask around on Discord. I do have a Discord if you want to join my Discord. Of course, the link's always in the description. If you're in any Discord, just ask around there, what units are good for high dragons or for Mercurial Gauntlet, etc. Just ask around. Don't be afraid to ask. Everyone in the community is very, very friendly. So don't be afraid at all. Don't be scared. Another way is to look at unit analysis videos, on YouTube or on Reddit, wherever it is that you're looking them up. You look at unit analysis and analyses, I think that's plural, and you can see which units are better, which units are worse, what units you should probably pull for, etc. You can also watch high dragon clear videos or Mercurial Gauntlet clear videos and pull for the adventures you see being used in there, because those are usually a good indicator of what is good. Another big one is to look at the DPS simulator. Now, what I mean is, just go into Google, type in Dragalia Lost DPS simulator, and DPS simulators are a good basis for what adventures are really, really good. They also somewhat show the dragons. They just say the dragon name. If you see that dragon name, that means it's a good dragon. And, the ones that are higher up on the list are better. Now, of course, DPS sims are not 100% accurate. However, they do have a good representation of, how good a certain adventure is or how bad a certain adventure is. So, those are the main thing. You might want to summon for meta if you're, if you need meta units or something. Let's say this is your shadow team, you need a good shadow unit. Galacleo is an amazing shadow unit, so you might want to summon on a Gala. Or maybe you really want an Eosu, and Eosu is going to help your shadow team. You might want to wait for Eastern Emissary's rerun to come back or something. Maybe you're going to wait for a good shadow banner to come. Who knows? It really depends on what you need or what you want. So those are two big things to keep in mind. Now then, let's actually hop into the fourth tip I have, which is summon or don't summon. Save your Wormite. So this is a big one. This is, now that you know how the gacha works, now that you know your wants, now that you know your needs, are you going to summon or are you not going to summon? This is a very, very important part. It's actually the last part I have other than value packs and stuff, which I'll talk about next. But summoning, wait until the end of the showcase for news on the next showcase. This is something that's very, very important. Unless you need to finish, Mercurial Gauntlet before the banner is done. Before the banner is over, you need to finish Mercurial Gauntlet, or for high dragons, you really want to do it right away. I do recommend you wait until the last day unless you have, one of those, unless there's a extenuating circumstance, wait until the last day, because that's usually when we get news on the next showcase and you can decide which showcase you like better. Prime example of this is during the Flames of Reflection showcase, when we actually had Ramona. Everyone pulled for, or not everyone, but a lot of people pulled for Ramona because they really like her. She's waifu and she's very, very good. However, as the next banner after Flames of Reflection was actually Galacleo's banner, and she is the #1 unit in the game, and she is absolutely amazing. And I'm pretty sure most people pulled for Ramona, regretted it, and wish they pulled on Galacleo instead. So it's just something to note. You don't want to be one of those people who regrets pulling because a better banner is up next. So you might want to wait till the last day. Another thing is to save at least 6,000 Wormite before summoning. I say at least 6,000 because if you have 6,000 Wormite, that's about 5 tenfold summons. And with those 5 tenfold summons, odds are you're going to get at least 1 5-star and break your pity rate. However, it's not guaranteed. It could cost you more Wormite. It could cost you less Wormite. You could get the rate up in 1 summon, or you get the rate up in 500 summons. There's really no in between. There's no way to tell in a gacha. You can honestly never pull the rate up units, and it's it happens. It does happen to some people, so it is just something to note. Again, don't be afraid to save Wormite. There's always going to be a big event around the corner or on its way or something, so don't be afraid to save your Wormite if you are unsure whether or not to pull. Again, you could always pull the unit that is on the banner or whatever on a future banner, so if they're not limited, at least you can always pull them on a future banner, and you can always pull them on a future gala or whatever the case may be. So now then, what should you summon for? Should you summon for your wants or should you summon for your needs? Well, the main thing you should note is to summon for your wants, because it's going to make you happy. If you have the adventures you like, you're probably going to be happy. If you only like playing with waifus, I'm looking at you, Seuss, you're probably going to be happy. So pull for what you want rather than what you need, in my opinion at least. However, if you can survive without having your wants for a little while, there's always going to be a dream summon coming in the future, as long as they're not a limited unit, and you can always summon them on that dream summon. So just something to notice. Of course, I'll talk about dream summons when I talk about Diamantium stuff, but I do recommend you pull for your wants over your needs. However, saying strictly from, a completing things standpoint, I do recommend you pull for your needs a little bit, just something to keep in mind. But yeah, anyways, now what should you actually pull for in specific? This goes for both, like I said, veterans and newer players. I do recommend you pull for limited showcases. That is the #1 thing. Pull for limited units. Now, limited units include seasonals, which, granted, not every seasonal is limited. The summer event that we have right now is not limited. They will tell us when they are limited on the appearance, not the appearance, on the notice board. When over here on the home menu, you click on this little exclamation mark, and then they will let us know if the banner is limited if you just click on it. Of course, they actually tell us when the banners are not limited in specific for summer. Let me actually find. Let me find the banner. I think it's right here. So on this, it says right here in red, note the adventures and dragons added with this summon showcase are not limited. They will continue to appear in future summon showcases. So it does tell you if they are limited or not limited. So I do recommend you summon for limited units as a priority. Like I said, seasonals, Valentine's is probably limited, Halloween's probably limited, Christmas is probably limited, and New Year's is probably limited. So there's a bunch of potential showcases in the future which are going to be limited, so it is just something to note. Again, seasonals are great, but also galas are great. Galas are probably the #1 place to actually summon. They have the best value mainly because they have a 6% rate. As you can see, for 5 stars over here, it is a 4%. Galas have them at 6%, so you have a 6% chance of pulling a 5-star. Of course, it's split evenly between dragons and adventurers. Galas also include a limited gala unit that is on rate up for that gala banner. Now, the gala units we've had so far are Gala Cerise, Gala Ranzo, Gala Mim, and Gala Cleo. Every single one of those units has been a tier 1 or tier 2 at worst adventurer. Probably tier 1 every single one of those. So every single gala has had a very, very strong unit, as well as increased rates, as well as, just overall, it is the best place to pull for your Worma. You will get more 5 stars for your Worma. However, something to note, of course, is that the Gala unit is not any higher rated than the normal adventures. It is 0.5% chance to pull that Gala unit. They might change it in the future, however, that's what it is. Galas also only occur every 2 months. Right now, they are occurring at the end of every odd-numbered month. Now, I said at the end of every odd-numbered month, and they last around 5 days long. So you have about 5 days to pull on that Gala banner. So that is the best bang for your buck, and that is highly where I recommend you summon, whether you're a new player or an old veteran player. And again, there are also other summon showcases such as the Dragon Special. However, I do recommend you do not summon on the Dragon Special in specific, because it's usually not going to be a very good bang for your buck. Summoning on a Gala is better than summoning on a Dragon Special showcase. Unless you really, really want a specific dragon, I do not recommend you summon on that. And of course, that specific dragon needs to be on rate up. So it needs to be on rate up on that Dragon Special Showcase, and we do have them not very often, but we do have Dragon Special Showcases about once or twice, not once or twice a month, but once a month or once every 2 months. It really depends. So I do not recommend you summon on those Dragon Special Showcases, but they do exist, so I do want to just mention them. Those are actually all my tips for summoning, and the last tip I have is tip number 5, which is really about Diamantium. It is something I want to talk about because Diamantium is something that is a part of the game and that you should be aware of. So first of all is going to be the daily deal, which is over here. I've already done my daily deal for today, but it costs 30 Diamantium to do a daily deal, which is, a fourth of the usual price to summon. So you summon for a fourth, pretty much. You could use 1200 Diamantium to either do a tenfold summon, or you could use 1200 Diamantium and spread it across multiple banners and get, summon every single day for that. And you can actually do 40 summons rather than just 10. Now, daily deal summons are, of course, better bang for your buck. However, like I said, you do need to spread those across multiple showcases rather than just straight up, using it on one showcase and trying to pull on that adventurer or dragon or whatever. So that is probably the biggest downside to daily deals. However, like I said, they're really good bang for your buck. Dream summons are also a thing. I did mention dream summons earlier. They cost 1200 Diamantium to do a dream summon. And if you're wondering what a dream summon is, basically it's 1200 Diamantium and you get to choose what unit you want, adventure or dragon, any adventure or any dragon that is not limited. and you get a tenfold voucher with that. Now, you can save that tenfold voucher and use it at a different time, so don't worry too much about that. You can use it on the current banner or a future banner, whatever you want, but dream summons are only during specific time frames. They do announce it whenever they are available, and you do just need to go home and then find it, or you can just click on the thing and then it'll take you there. Like I said, they are 1200 Diamantium, so it's basically the cost of a tenfold, but you get any 5-star you want, or you can also pick a 4-star or a 3-star technically, but I do not recommend you do that. So you can pick any adventure or dragon you want that is not limited, and you get a free tenfold. So technically you got 11 units, but it is definitely the best bang for your buck that isn't the daily deal. There's also a platinum showcase, which is exact same cost, 1200 Diamantium, and it's just a normal tenfold summon. However, you're guaranteed a 5-star from a specific pool. So we've had platinum showcases before, in specific for the Fae event, we've had a platinum showcase. We also had platinum showcases for dragons, worm prints back when that was a thing, and adventurers. So they do exist and they do show up. We haven't had one in a while. I believe the last one was actually the Fae showcase, but I don't think we've had one since then. So it's been a long time, but they do appear. And like I said, it's just a normal tenfold. It's 10 summons, and one of them is guaranteed to be a 5-star. So the Dream Summon is definitely better bang for your buck, but the Platinum Showcase is just a different type of way to buy a tenfold. Another thing is, where should you get your Diamantium? If you don't know where to get your Diamantium, like I said, you just click on the place right there. It's the third option over there, and you click on either Diamantium and luxury items, or you click on value packs. Now, value packs are the best ones to buy. I do recommend you buy the value packs. The main thing you want to keep in mind is high Diamantium plus low cost is good for you. So welcome pack is great. All these limited time packs, limited time packs usually are pretty solid. Sometimes, and specific for this one, the summer party pack, it's probably the best one here because you get a sunlight stone. Anything that has a sunlight stone or a Damascus ingot are very good because those are the two most rare items in the game. They let you unbind either a 5-star dragon or a 5-star weapon, depending on whichever one it is. So those two are very good. Golden Key is also a great one. Like I said, high Diamantium with low cost is good. Welcome pack is also good because you get a 5-star summon voucher, like I mentioned earlier. So it is something that's very good as well as a lot of Diamantium. A good bang for your buck is the 7-day pack, which does cost 7 days to redeem everything, but right away you get 480 Diamantium, and then over the course of those 7 days, you get 170,000 rupees, 17,000 mana, and 350 Diamantium. That is a very good bang for your buck. There's a couple other things here too. If you do buy the 7-day pack, you need to click right there to redeem it. And of course, the other ones over here let you click for the other things that you buy. And there's also, if you click on Diamantium and luxury items, you can see over here, there's a lot of things that you can do here. There are stamina recoveries that you do over here, as well as storage purchases, which I do not recommend you do, but they do exist. So if you do want to do it, if you're not afraid of buying those, you can buy them with either Diamantium. I think you can do the storage ones with Wormite as well. It really depends. Also, if you click Upgrade Essentials, you could get weekly Diamantium purchases. Well, they're not actually Diamantium. Well, yeah, they are Diamantium. You buy them with money to get Diamantium, as well as some other things, weeklies and monthly purchases. I do recommend you do the monthly purchases over the weekly purchases, unless you need specifically one of these, things to unbind or use. If you do the monthly purchase, I do recommend, like I said, the Damascus ingot ones or the Sunlight Stone ones. These are probably the best bang for your buck, since they, give you a really good type of thing. Like I said, Damascus ingot is very good for your weapons, whereas Sunlight Stones are probably the better ones, and they're for dragons. So yeah, those are the Diamantium things, and those are actually all of my tips that I have. Those are everything. That's everything. So let me know your tips. Do you have any tips that I did not mention? Do you have any adjustments, any fixes to what I said? Please let me know. I'm trying to help. So anything you guys have to say to correct me or anything to add is very much appreciated. What do you think is the best place to summon? Is it a Gala, where I think, I think the Gala is the best place to summon. It's the best bang for your buck. What do you think? Where do you like summoning? Have you summoned recently? What did you get? I don't know. Let me know. That is everything. Again, I'm just going to keep repeating myself at the end, so I don't want to take too much of your time, even though this did probably take a lot of time. But yeah, that's going to be everything. Again, I do appreciate all you guys' support. The reason I did make this video is because I've seen a couple of comments saying, how do you save so much Wormite, or should I summon on this banner or not? Now, of course, I do make should you summon videos, so those are always something you could look at if you have any other questions. You can also ask me on Discord or on Twitter or wherever you want to do. And if you have any other ideas for videos, again, just let me know in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to help you out with whatever it may be. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day, and until next time, have a nice trip.